In my example, this is the structure we defined. Outline the tree structure for dimension hierarchy. I've got this structure in my example. So each dimension, if you look at each dimension, we can find out the hierarchy for measure or account. Now look at this, we got expenses, profit of two types, margin and total expense. Total expense for marketing, payroll and miscellaneous. Margin, sales minus cost. So information is organized in terms of tree structure. That's what outline do. Tree structure for a dimension and hierarchy. Now for each dimension there is a structure defined. You can look at this hierarchy. For year dimension or custom dimension like product, property, brand, customer, distribution channel, everything is defined in terms of hierarchy structure. In the example it is given year, quarter and month. Brand, uppercase, upper scale and all these things, and property. In our example also, time dimension has year, quarter and month. This is a hierarchy. For product dimension also, product category and subcategories. If you further look on the other requirement docs, we can identify the hierarchies from there as well. Suppose I'm going to show you another requirement doc from where we can derive the product hierarchy. So from this requirement document, we can identify product hierarchy like this. This Excel sheet talks about sales information for each product, which country, in which city, which store the product being sold. So product sales information from various point of view. In what product, which date, from which store, who was the sales manager, which country is being sold. Now if you look at carefully, we got a product hierarchy here. Product line, product family, product category, product label. The system got a little slow. The product line, under product line we have got product family. For each product family there are certain product category and product name. If you look at these two rows, you can easily derive the difference. So we take from there and we build a hierarchy like this. Product line, category, product name, like this. So the first step of building cube is creating a hierarchy. Now let's see all the properties of the hierarchy and then we create the hierarchy with a different ways. So what this diagram shows, that the hierarchy represents the multi-dimensional or cubic view of your application. So your outline hierarchy basically logically design your cube structure. What I did from this hierarchy itself, we design a cube. This is my cube. This is two-dimensional cube. Because I am designing in Excel, we can't show the 3-dimension. This is 2-dimension, this is 3-dimension, and this is 4-dimension cube. So here also you can look at the hierarchy. We got a hierarchy for year, for country and city. Country and inside province and city. It could be year, quarter and month. Hierarchy in turn design a logical cube. Now let's understand various members and various terminologies associated with your hierarchy. The first is dimension and member. Now what is dimension over here? The topmost in the hierarchy, topmost parent is called dimension. So in this example, we have got dimension like year, we got dimension year, another dimension called measure. Measures is nothing facts. Another dimension called market. These are dimensions I have. Topmost parent, which doesn't have any parent. And all the elements appear under that called member. So in this example, I've got year dimension and members are quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and month, Jan, Feb, March. So these are the members. What is generation? And there are certain keywords we use. The first keyword is called generation. Now generation, in the hierarchy, it is important to identify each member. We need to identify each member. How do you identify each member? We can identify each member by the generation reference. So the topmost parent or a dimension, this is a dimension, has generation 1. And as you move down, the generation is increased by 1. Generation 2, generation 3, generation 4. This is how we. So topmost parent has generation 1. In this example, my year would become generation 1. Generation 1. Quarter become next to this, generation 2. And January become generation 3. What is important for generation? Generation is top down. Top to bottom. Top down approach. There is another member called level. Level has bottom up. So particular member can be identified by a generation number or level. The only difference in level generation, levels from bottom to up, and it starts from 0, whereas generation starts from 1. And generation starts from top. For each dimension there is a generation, but there is no level for dimension. So level starts from bottom to top, starts from 0, and level doesn't have any for the parent or dimension does not have any level. Point first, starts from bottom to up, starts with 0, and third point, dimension doesn't have any level. Okay, so generation level. Now let's talk about other member. Parent. Now parent is self-explanatory. For each member, the member above it is called parent. For the parent of January is quarter 1. So parent of January is quarter 1. So member above it is called parent. Dimension, another definition. Dimension doesn't have any parent.